All right, global people. All right, we have the new Labyrinth. You're probably wondering yourself, like, yo, Marilli, how can I defeat season 3 of the Labyrinth as of right now? Because I am struggling. So I'm gonna be showing you guys the best teams, what you want to try to go for when doing the Labyrinth. But first, we want to talk about the new shop. This Labyrinth now comes with a shop, which is pretty interesting and pretty cool because it gives you a good amount of rewards. So first of all, this is a new reward material, which you will get at the final floor. Yes, there is a final floor after you complete the underground labyrinth. Once you get all the 39s completed, there's a final floor where you'll be able to farm up this material to be used for this shop right here. So I'm going to be explaining that in the video as well. So hopefully you guys enjoy. I'm going to make sure this is going to be pre-recorded gameplay as well. I'm gonna make sure I talk over it and make sure I speed it up because when you play in the labyrinth, it could take like 30 minutes. So I'm just gonna speed it up for you guys, just so you don't be wasted. All right, so we are going to be doing the labyrinth today. I'm gonna pretty much show you guys my run of doing the labyrinth with like pre-recorded gameplay as usual. That's because it sometimes becomes long, and I don't want you guys to watch like 30 minutes of this. I'll take 20. All right, I'll take 20. So first of all, I start out with Meliodas. As usual. Now, the reason why I always start with Meliodas is because the reason his passive is pretty clutch, because this is a gray buff and it will give you like 20% base stats if you have what I think is like under 2 cards. So it's a pretty cool passive to have. Now you might be asking yourself, yo, Marilli, that's cool and all, but I came for the tricks. All right, and I'm going to explain to you what you're going to do after we defeat this boss, all these mobs technically. Because again, Meliodas is really good. Not on the beginning stage, of course. It's like when you start getting like other characters, because you get that 20% base stats. Unfortunately, you can't get it right now because you're the only one, so you get multiple cards. But you see why I use this guy is that the 20% base stats can be pretty clutch in some moments. So this right here, you can see we have passives. All right, you have the race sign, you have one in the middle being demons, you have one for unknowns on the bottom, and on the top part you have humans. Now this is where we have the trick right here. All right, pick human all the time. All right, that is a trick. That is the answer. Humans are broken on the labyrinth. All right, I don't even be reading. I just know humans are broken on the labyrinth. All right, if you don't know, you can get characters like Escanor and stuff like that. It's just that there's so many characters that are humans that are in this labyrinth, that labyrinths you want to try to go for humans all the time. Pick mono human. So try to build a mono human team for yourself, and you're gonna be pretty much good. That's what I always try to do, is I try to build a mono human team. Now there are good characters that are human, like Blue Mono, Sigurd, and stuff like that. So you do get those characters. Try to pick them up. I had some runs where I did have Sigurd, and he was just so clutch for me. Oh my, like he was just like so broken. I don't know what it was with Sigurd, but for some reason he just fits so well. See, the thing with Sigurd is that he technically counts for 2 races. You get what I'm saying? Like Sigurd counts for 2 races, so you can use demon passives and human passive for him. That's why a lot of people use Sigurd. So if you do get Sigurd, he's gonna be a cool character to pick up. No lie, because he's able to abuse 2 passives, which is broken. So if you get Sigurd somehow, then choose him, because then you get to use that demon passive as well, and human. So you just leveling it up, and then we got a character, and we either got the option between Shin or Blue Mono or Valenti, and I'm gonna choose Blue Mono just because I think Blue Mono will be pretty cool to play against. Now the boss that we're going to go against at the last one is going to be a green Tarmiel. All right, it's a green Tarmiel, which he can be pretty annoying because of his stance. But if you have a high DPS team, you're gonna be fine. That's why I always say, like, you want to try to have a character that is like mono, have good passives that are high DPS, and you're gonna be fine. That's why you want to try to build your team, your mono team, as quickly as possible. As you can see right there, because of the human passive, I get like a boost every time I use a skill card or a rank up for humans, and it applies to everybody. So that you can see when you get those human passives and stuff like that, it gets crazy. It literally gets crazy. So again, if you are playing Labyrinth, choose human, and I promise you, you're gonna be good. Now I have had runs where I try to use like full fairies and stuff like that. It's just hard getting those fairy characters. Like literally, it's just super hard getting those fairy characters. And this time, I was literally debating if I should use Roxy or Arthur. I think I just choose Roxy just because she's really good. Yeah, because we want to go for the high DPS character. And remember, guys, we are playing against Tarmiel. So Roxy has on her silver card, her single target, she can just stance remove. So that's gonna be pretty clutch for us in case maybe they get like a gold or silver stance on Tarmiel. Like, look at my damage. Watch my damage. Look at that. Damage is just too good. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, when you start building up your passives and then you abusing Champion Meliodas passive with the 20% base stats, look at how much buffs I'm getting from this. That's because I got that human passive, by the way. So you always want to read the passives. I play JP, so I can't really read them. I have to translate them, but I can just tell what they are by just looking at them. Because, you know, I play JP so much that you probably can just tell which are the good ones, which are usually the ones that are saying humans. So this one, either like Valenti, I can choose her, but I just choose to like swap out, and they gave me Fast Bond, which is super clutch. So I just move over Meliodas. We just Super Awakening. It's a really good one. Like, I'm just pretty much going through this as quickly as possible. Like, this stuff is so super easy, bruh. Now we got a full human team, and we're ready to face off Tarmiel. See, I'm just gonna pretty much, I could have AoE swiped and make this a lot faster, but I chose not to. So we just gonna be using Bond. Bond is gonna be really good for us because we can also heal up with Bond as well, and also increase our HP. So I'm using him for now, but the thing with Bond is that he's HP based, all right? And some of the passives on here are like crit damage, attack power, which is not good for Bond, who's just an HP based character. So I'm gonna replace him soon if I get a better AoE character that are human. So this time we got Tarmiel. Again, he does have a stance. And the thing with Tarmiel, with this guy is every time you attack him, he gets 3% attack boost, like a 3% percentage of attack boost. So the more you attack him, the more damage you're gonna be able to cause. And he also has a stance, which he's gonna reduce some of the damage taken as well. So it's gonna be super hard to get rid of him once he has that stance up. So that's why I say you want to try to have as many good passives for the humans as possible, just so you can start to nuke and not take as much damage as possible as well. Now you can see, watch this, Roxy's gonna do so much damage because we have all these buffs. Look at 10k. Look at that, 8k. Just doing so much damage just because we have that buff passive as well. Like, literally, I just recommend, like, yo, if you are playing against this, make sure, all right, just make sure you're using the passive that you're gonna run. Because if you don't get the passive that you're running for your team, you might as well just reset. So if you somehow just don't get the human passive, it just resets your run, and you just have to keep playing over until you get like a good passive for your team. Because you don't want to keep wasting your points in case you want to like reroll for another character. This one is gonna be me just pretty much finish off the mob's character as quickly as possible. Like I said, I really don't like having Bond on my team just because he just does nothing for me. He does literally nothing, but it boosts my HP whenever I need to. Oh my god, look at Roxy. Oh man, she's just too good. All right, so we just do this with Bond and just go for the swipe. Again, not needed, man. After you get through the bosses, like the mobs are like super easy to get through. The thing with other Labyrinth floors is that the mobs are super hard to play against. Like listen at one of the problems, and then we got another one. That UR one is for 200% crit damage. I know, like how I know, because I'm psychic. But yeah, the other thing with the other Labyrinths was just that the mob bosses are just super hard to play against. That's why most players, they always try to use like the most cheesiest mechanics to get through it. Like either being with the freeze, or with Escanor, with Malascula. It's always the cheese mechanics that we needed to use, just because how hard playing against the mobs were. But they made the mobs pretty easy to play against, probably super easy. The only thing that's difficult are the bosses, which makes sense because you always want the bosses to be super difficult to play against. You don't want the mobs to be hard to play against, and then no one be able to beat it. So this time we got Shin, and Shin is really good at clearing all these mobs. Shin make the floors pretty fast, especially when you got the full human team. That's why I said, yo, you want to try to make a human team because they have the most characters. Like, they have the most characters, so you want to build it up. Right here, I don't really have anything, so I just go for I think I just go for Awakening right here. I think I just buy Awakening. I go to the bottom and just buy Awakening just because I didn't get a chance to do it. That's the thing sometimes, is that you don't really get that many chances to get Awakening, so I just use it up right there. So this time we got another mob. This one we can also get a passive as well, if I'm not mistaken. So again, we just spamming our AoEs and then call it a day. There we go, and you're gone. Super fast, man. Super fast. Told you, man. Like, this is like super easy, man. Once you get the hang of it, it can become pretty easy playing against all these mobs, as long as you build like a human team. And as you can see, I didn't really get anything really good. I think I just spent a points. This is a reroll, and then I got another human passive. Look like the same one from last time. I don't really know if those stack really. And then I get this one. I just went for Wedding Brunhill just for the debuffs. I switch out my blue mono. Now I kind of regret using red Brunhill, and that's for the reason because pretty much on like later floors they don't get debuffed, so she becomes like pretty much a weak character. But against like the bosses as of right now, you can debuff them, and that's why I'm doing like mega damage with Shin right here against the mob bosses. But again, like I said before, the mob bosses aren't like that hard to play against. So it was kind of like a waste of me using like in Brunhill right here. Technically, I feel like it was just a big waste, but I don't know. So this time we got Zario. Now Zario has an interesting passive as well, which pretty much as low as his HP is, he'll increase his crit chance to crit damage. So if you lower his HP by a lot, he will start to nuke you. And he also has cap by 30%, so you also gotta be careful with that. That's why you see I only use one attack card, because it caps me out. But this man still hits like a truck regardless. Now I have had runs where you can gain like passives where you can weaken him once you attack with a full human team, where you'll get like these red debuffs that'll weaken his attack and you become super tanky. But on this run I did not get that one because this is one just for the video. But I have had passives for humans where pretty much you can weaken his attack so he doesn't nuke you. But unfortunately for me, I did not get that passive for this run, so I can't even show you guys this one. Maybe you guys might get it once you play Labyrinth, but as of right now, I didn't get it, unfortunately. And this should be the last floor until we can make it to the final floor. I just bring back Shin. Now, this is also pretty interesting right here. As you can see, I went to the right, all right? This is the most important thing, because I don't know if it's just me or if I'm unlucky, but like Escanor is on the right, all right? You're gonna see right here that I'm gonna pick up like Escanor on the right, and I've been on the left plenty of times because, again, I've had a good passes where pretty much they weaken Zario damage where at the point that they don't nuke me, and I've never gotten Zario. I've never gotten Zario on the other passive. I said Zario. I never got a light Escanor on the left. So I don't know if he's just on the right. So if you guys are looking for light Escanor, he might be on the right more than the left. I don't know if it's literally the same thing, but keep that in mind. This one I was like looking at the passives and stuff like that. The top one is like 100% reduced attack skills, and then the middle one, which is like it caps the damage to like 49%. I should have chose the 49% one. Low key. just because it's gonna be beneficial later on in this video. And there you go. I see Light Escanor. I click it. I click it so fast. It's just Light Escanor is just so broken on this one. Light Escanor is just so broken. Like once you get Escanor, like everything just feels like a breeze. But I kind of misplayed by not putting him on the far left. Because if you put a person on the far left, it's very easy for them to get their silver card. So I have to wait until I get another card, a character selection. All right, and we're just cleaning up fast as ever. Again, Escanor are just so good, man. Now this one I kind of misplayed as well, and I'll probably explain it later on. Is that I pretty much just picked the passive. I think I just picked the passive right here. But I should have chose like Super Awakening, just because later on it'll be kind of nice to have Super Awakening for myself. Or did I choose Super Awakening? I might have skipped. I think I low-key skipped, which is kind of like, okay, I did choose Super Awakening. Okay, I want to say, like, did I skip? Nah, I chose Super Awakening. I think I chose a passive on the last one. Now, I kind of misplayed so hard on this, man, because I was supposed to make sure I'm at SA6, but I chose not to go SA6. I forget what I chose, or if I didn't have enough points. I think I went for, oh, that's what happened is I went for character selection. I went for the character selection so I can move over Escanor to the far left. That's what it was. But I should have chose Super Awakening for this one. I think I just go for the top left. I said top left. The top one. I think that reduces the attack by 60%. I know I read JP pretty cool, pretty easy. You feel me? Pretty easy. Oh, never mind. I didn't use it. Oh, and I got no. Okay. See, I love those human passives, right? I love spending my points on those human passives, boys. This is where I pretty much skipped over. Instead of going for Super Awakening, I just kind of used this just to move my cards over, which was kind of a misplay on my part. What you want to do, you always want to make sure you're at SA6. Just because the later floors, the CC become pretty high. The bosses on here are pretty cool too. But you can see Escanor just pretty much nuke everybody pretty easy now. Now watch this. Boom. Pop. Escanor just that good, man. He just that good. That's all you're gonna see in this video right now. After we get Light Escanor, that's all you're gonna see is bop, bop. And this is where we make it to the final floor of the Labyrinth. We're at 38, and once we defeat this boss, it'll be 39. You'll get all your rewards. It is Marilli. Pretty cool boss. But Escanor is gonna just blast this man. He can also get debuffed as well. And here comes Escanor. Pretty much about to blast him. Yep. And there's our boss right there, man. That's just us completing the Labyrinth. But there is more, all right? Once you complete the Labyrinth, you'll be able to get to the final floor. You can set your team up. That's the team I had up before. I don't know if you guys can see. But just to show you guys that you don't really need the most broken characters. This is what I had before. Let me just go back. I had to go back for you guys. Let me see if I can pause it. Yeah, look at my team that I had before that I beat the Labyrinth with. Sigurd, Easton, Green Brunhill, and Champion Meliodas. That's what I had before, and I beat the boss. I had 124k CC, and this time I have 118k. Now you can already tell this CC is super low, man. Which means I misplayed super hard by not going for the SA6, all because I wanted to like switch out Escanor to the far left. I misplayed so bad. I should just took my L, keeping them in the middle, because my CC is like super low, which is not good for the final floor because he will out CC if you're not SA6 level 100. But at least you know Escanor can like go through all of this Again, you don't really need Escanor broken self to defeat the boss and nothing like that. As you saw right there, I had Sigurd, Brunhild, and stuff like that. Green Brunhild at that. And I was pretty much defeating the bosses like last time. I just did this one with the light Escanor run just to give you guys a showcase. Because last time I didn't record my last run using the Sigurd run. Sometimes I don't record my runs, alright? Sometimes I like to farm off camera. I was just farming off camera. I was like, yo, let me just test some teams, some comps. Like, I even tried to do a full fairy team, but it didn't work out in my favor. Because they wouldn't give me, like, Chad King. Like, I tried to do a full fairy run, but they didn't give me no Chad King. Like, I was literally going to, like, the final four with, like, Green King. What's it? Red Wing, Full Wing Elaine. And Red Glocks, bruh. But I couldn't forget the Chad King one, which is the best one to complete my team. I was so upset. I was so upset. Like I think he would be so clutch if I had that. Like that would have been a cool video too, me using a full fairy team for the Labyrinth. I tried to use a full demon team at my first run, but I couldn't figure out how to play with it. I'm not even gonna lie to you, I couldn't figure out how to play with it, and I literally finished off my own character on like the Zario. Because I didn't know how Zario worked, and I would just keep on hitting. So I was literally just hitting Zario, and then Zario just one-shotted my entire team because he was at low HP, which you don't want him to do at on first turn. You want to make it like blow, like hit him like one good time, and then save your cards, and then finish him off the next time. I could have had a demon run too, man. I know I'm saying that, yo, you want to try to use a mono human team. But you can use any mono team technically, as long as you get the passives to make it work. I just think that human teams are just the easiest one to use, just for the fact that a lot of the characters that are here in Labyrinth are going to be humans. A lot of them are demons as well too. So if you do want to run demons, there are a lot of demons that be in Labyrinth. I just feel like most of the time you will get like good human characters, like Brunhild, the Shin, the Mono. Demons is a little bit tricky, all right, because they're like commandments. It's not like you're gonna get like Green Fest Zeldris, Husak all the time. What's the other one? Red Malaskala. Like it's gonna be like that all the time. And it's very hard to use the commandments as well, because I don't think the commandments activate. I think the one thing I haven't seen really is like goddesses like that. I think I only see like probably like Light Elizabeth and Ludociel. But I think it would be pretty hard to run like a full goddess team, just because I don't really see them as much, and that would cost like a whole bunch of points to spend trying to use them on the Labyrinth. Again, you don't want to try to spend as much points as possible. You want to keep it up just so you know, safe measures in case you want an extra passive or two, or you need a Super Awakening. Again, I have like about 5 human passives right now, which is kind of cool. Yo, I think I'm talking a lot right now, but it's just Escanor just blasting through the final floors. Again, this is the floors where you pretty much farming for the material for the shop. I don't know if I mentioned that, but yeah, this is where you farm the material for the shop. So that's why you see me pretty much just going through this with Escanor, just blasting them through till you get to the final floor. Now again, I did misplay because I didn't SA6 my team, and you need an SA6 level 100 your team. Level 100 is easy because you're going to keep getting levels even throughout this floor. But you want to make sure you SA6 because you're going to notice right here, I'm going to get out CC. And that's because I don't have SA6. Last time when I did this, I had 124k CC with the Seeker team. And I didn't get out CC. But this time, because I'm 119k, I am going to get out CC. So we're going to heal. And you can see right there, it says red, 119k. And I was a little bit surprised because I was like, wait, I am getting out CC'd. And it's all because I don't have SA6. So when you come in, if you're trying to farm this, make sure your SA6, your levels don't matter because most of the time you're going to get to level 100 regardless because you're going to be fighting through. If you made it through this, you're already going to be level 100. But SA6, you can't control at all unless you get it. So make sure you're at SA6 when you're on the final floor to farm. So I try it out, see how I play, and it's this boss right here. It's the dragon. Now, if you don't know, this is, if I'm not mistaken, this is the dragon in the Ragnarok story that Sigurd faces. I don't know his name, but I've seen that blue before because I thought his model was like super cool. But this is the boss that Sigurd faces in Ragnarok, if I'm not mistaken. So we just try to play it off, and I'll even let you guys see his ultimate as well. Do this. Just because I was a little bit interested to see what would his ultimate even be. So there you go. His ultimate looked really cool too. Like he does a little smash thing, and then he gets ready for his blue eyes white dragon attack. And he finished off my team. Now you do have the option to rerun by using 50 points. You can see right there it says 50 points to rerun. So I tried my best to rerun as many times as possible until I got a perfect run where I'd get like multiple Escanor cards. And this is a run right here where, yes, I got LCC'd, but I got an extra Escanor card. Right? Because I knew to myself, like, yo, if I get an extra Escanor card before he gets his ultimate, I can win this. And this is where it's a run where he didn't get his ultimate at all. So I instantly just used my Escanor card, do this. Because we got to force a revive on him. He didn't notice from last time, he does have a revive. So we force a revive. And all we hoping for is an Escanor card right here. We got the stat boost. And we finally got that one Escanor card. So we're good. I don't know what it is, but he didn't really do that much damage to demons. It seemed like to humans he's doing like a ton of damage. Or it was just his AoE card. I don't know. But we got that final card and we was able to defeat the boss to get our final amount of points used for the shop. And you can see you got that little 80, what's that, 84? No, or 64. 64, sorry, I'm blind. And that's going to be used for the shop. We usually get like 232 if you complete the whole thing, a run. So you complete the whole thing, the run will give you like 232, which is not enough to get that card, that card set, or that card, whatever you want to call it. So you have to do a second run. So keep that in mind. But yeah, guys, this is how I defeated the Labyrinth using a full human team. Again, full humans are going to be broken on here. All right. Now, if you are trying to farm up after you defeat, there is this secret mechanic at the end where you just go with the green button on the top and you get a bonus. All right. And you can reuse the character that you used last time to defeat and use one of the passive that you did use to defeat the Labyrinth as well. So you can see now I have Light Escanor as an option. And after this, I'll be able to pick a passive that I did have once before when I did complete the Labyrinth. So they make it a lot easier for you to pretty much farm up next time. So that is really good. So you were able to complete it one time. You now have the option to make it a lot easier for yourself and choose Light Escanor again or whatever you did use previously. So yeah, guys, Tarmiel did great for this Labyrinth boss. They really improved it, and I think is really good now. I think it's really good. But hope you guys enjoy. This is Marilli, guys, and I'm out. Peace.